Да, мне кажется, надо было убить вот этих вот ребят. Всем привет, продолжаем проходить Divinity Original Sin.
Startled, the guard leaps backwards and reaches for her weapon. She locks eyes with...
Shouldn't surprise me like that! Oh, I could have slashed your neck clean open. Rustling leaves no longer remind me of autumn. A songbird's call no longer makes me whistle. Now, then... Have you ever faced a void walking? Nonsense. You best abandon those...
The guard glowers at you. You...
Nonsense. Nonsense.
All this damn work and nothing to show for it.
Ладно, потом перебью всех.
As long as I don't know when he comes back.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hello, missus.
Привет.
The little boy looks at you.
You be careful. My daddy's a No, he's not. His daddy's a fisherman like most daddies around here. We were waiting for our friend. He went for a swim. He went swimming all the way to Fort Happy. Fort Joy? That's what I said. Fort Joy. He's going to find his mum and bring her back. Cool. How did you know that? Mrs., have you seen our friend Joe?
Tell them the truth about Joe. They have to grow.
What they don't know can't hurt them. Don't tell them.
Kids are resilient. Tell them the truth.
The horror grows on their little faces.
No, that's a horrible thing to say. I bet it wasn't Joe. I bet it...
She bursts into tears, then looks from you to her and back again. Then starts crying. They shrug free of your grip and turn away, inconsolable.
Убежали вообще. Ой, жесть полная. Напугал детей. Злые. Ну да, быстрее, ёпрст. Как он долго, а? Уже не надо. О, лук какой-то нашел. Наконец-то что-то нормально нашел. Что действительно нам подходящее. Экономии и работы. Пошли оценим сразу.
Glad to see you well. Until later then.
Девятый уровень. Ну, по нашему. 24-29. Вещи удушья. Ну не факт, что он будет лучше. Хотя...
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I
Надо
don't
глянуть
think about
сейчас.
it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Yes, yes, of course.
Садиста, что ли, лучником взять тоже. Вот сейчас бы он бы стрелял, он бы накладывал удушье. Удушье бы и отравление накладывал бы каждым выстрелом. В принципе, это не так-то неплохо. Так, 43, 49. 43, 49, 47, 57. Ну да, это так-то, конечно, урон побольше.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much. You're safe among friends. Never forget.
О, Котень, ты хорошо нам служил, но... Я вообще тут пришел. Понятно. Я пошел вот отсюда. С этих ворот. Так, пойду-ка я обыщу там, наверное, сейчас пустоты. Они же еще здесь лежат. Нет, так, надо сразу обыскать. Какашки исчезли, например. Не, трупы надо сразу обыскивать, они исчезают. Ну, эти хотя бы на месте. То не все, по-моему, только 3 на месте. А было-то больше. Было-то 4, если не ошибаюсь. Минус интеллект у него. Так, это и есть у нас магистр сила.
Oh, we dwarves had a kingdom, and we will have it back. I won't always be sweeping. I'll be riding or... Worse over here than a dozen.
Поет там песни. О, бочка с ядом. Стой, печушка. О, ну мне. Откуда это у тебя пиво?
She doesn't feel like...
А?
The Meister sits slumped in a chair, looking around the room as she works her shoulder with one hand. It looks like it was dislocated by the gallows.
Так может мне украсить эти вещи, да продать потом? Вот что надо делать. Надо воровать дорогие артефакты, короче. Продавать. О как! Я придумал. Классно. Нифига себе цены тут. Пересадим. Хранимся. А, ну так у него колечко одно сразу наполовину. Это сколько денег может взять? 2300? Может деньгами брать? Иди сюда. Зачем ты крадешься? Хватит пытаться. Кто крадется-то?
Damnable red cloak baboons ransacking my wardrobes. As if I would keep
Наплаченные
valuable
бабуины.
secrets in a pile with my unmentionables.
She takes a deep breath, and with a twist, a click, and a screech of pain, she shoves her shoulder back into its socket.
I swear by the seven, if we did not have more...
Reaching across the table, she pulls a bowl of hot water towards her and fishes some bandages, a needle.
At least the barbarians were unable to club their way into my vault, so everything you need should be safe. In your case, more than I suspect, man, god or even reptile can provide. It is not enough to be god-woken in order to ascend to divinity. There is...
As she speaks, the Meister uncorks a vial of shimmering liquid, sauce. She lets a couple of drops fall on her hand, but instead of infusing with her body, she stares at the empty spot on her palm for a long moment before turning back to you, continuing as if...
A process by which god-woken may ascend. It begins with discovering your deepest self, delving into your own soul. Quite. Enthusiasm? On a weekday? My word. We shall begin once we have the tools we need from my vault. You may have been chosen God-woken, but become God-woken. It is time to see just... Fortunately, the magic...
Пошли. Ой, обокрали. Обокрали.
Kindly remove that painting from the wall. Иди, отдыхай. Отдыхай. Все нормально. Успокоилась? Все, вроде успокоилась. Так, ничего, слушайте, он... 2350 убрал. А, деньги не бывают краденными, то есть нельзя сказать, что краденые. Неплохо так. Мне тут, по-моему, ничего не надо. Легенда семерых, подвиги четверых. Вот ты, значит, тролль, кстати, прикольная книжка. Нужная.
Так. Огонь или яд помешает троллю восстанавливать здоровье. Туман и дым вредит им. В следующем акте, по-моему, такой тролль встретится. Так, что тут можно? Раз, два, три. Что, мыло, что ли?
I pray my instructions will not be too technical for you. Push the button.
Подожди, не кипиши. Сейчас нажмем на все кнопочки. Да. Стой, беги. Ну ладно, 3. Рюкзак какой-то нашел. Что рюкзак? Что там? Просто пустой рюкзак. Ты чё, улеглась-то спать? Нормально, нет? Бабуля, где кнопка?
Your talent for following simple instructions fills me with wonder and pride. Now, kindly go to the vault and enter the combination. I shall call it out as you go.
A stone door lies flush with the floorboards. Etched whorls in the granite frame a delicate rotary. Taking your time. You
Excellent. Follow me. Your time is at hand.
Еще троллит меня, главное. Да тут длинные бочки стоят.
Feel free to look about while I catch my breath.
Так, ну это можно полутать, можно. Так, может побыстрее ходить. Что же так не везет-то, а? сейчас везет. Сейчас свезло. Легендарную вещичку нашу. Легендарную.
Rubbish.
Поясочек. Легендарный. Очень даже, очень. Да, так просто он находит эпические. А с винишком легендарные. А, это гораздо круче.
Ancient rooms, weird contraptions. This place is an arcanist's dream.
Так. Можешь поменьше болтать. Блин. Не тем персонажем поднимаю вещи.
This again.
Так, кружки в твоей части. Чашка имеется в виду тарелка. Много клубящейся грязи, в смысле? Может, какую-нибудь гранату из этого сделать можно?
Boring. Rubbish.
Rubbish, rubbish. Давай собираем здесь rubbish. Вот, можем побрать. Так, сюда. Что у нас здесь? Раз, два, три. Три. А, нет, вот же еще. Столять что стоит. Хлам весь берем. Весь хлам. А вот еще три бочки. Так, все вроде бы обобрали. Так, надо еще обыскать кое-что. Раз, два, три. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть. А вот еще можно взять. Ну давай, может, что найдет еще. Призыв пушка с цвета. Наверное, уже не буду применять выпивку. Здесь можно, ладно, 3 вещи, в принципе, пойдет. Не прокнуло. А вот еще. Ух ты. Ух ты. Ничего себе. Первый столько лежит просто так. Так. А это нельзя. Флешка с маслом. Так, там были еще пустые бутылки. Обалдеть. Это ж круто. Бутылка курящейся грязи. Это нельзя понять. Нет, это нельзя. Такс. Дальше грязь. Что с ней делать? Выварено строго по рецепту. В одном из древнейших болот. Все, да, больше нет этого. Да и все, уже. Нашел. Так. Призыв. Лежит. Кстати, да, тут надо бы положить пирамидочку. Все, да, вроде бы все. Наполнил, все сделал.
The Meister is examining her wounds, prodding at this, wincing at that.
Do you know what it means to have the power of the divine, Godwoken?
Откуда ж мы знаем?
Sarcasm, my girl, is not known. Becoming the divine means taking on the power of all the gods and the responsibility for... The divine was created by the gods to shelter us from the void. The divine cannot use her power for anything else. When you become the divine, there is no more self.
For just a moment, her eyes soften as she looks at you.
It is no small thing to ask. Without a new divine, Rivellon will die. Very well, then. Let's see if we can't snatch Divinity from the jaws of the void. The ritual itself is quite simple. Drop some blackroot in the bowl, mix in a little blood, set the concoction aflame, and then inhale. Ignore any feelings of dizziness, burning in your lungs, or a dire sense of existential dread. They're all perfectly normal. Although you will need to sacrifice a little sauce along the way. Everything you need is here.
The Meister looks back at her wounds, curiously prodding them as fresh blood oozes.
And do not lose any...
Какое? Тише ты. Так, давай берем ингредиенты.
Opening the door, you see a select... After a quick... You gather up.
Так. Как там делать-то? Порезался. Так. Погнали.
As you suck the smoke deep into your lungs, your vision starts to, as the world fades away.
Deepest recess of my soul. But it looks like the Hall of Echoes.
Так, сейчас спиритизм у нас научат. Спиритизм. Тут ничего нет. Что-нибудь положили. Какую-нибудь там звездную травку, там, или кольцо пикси. Ну, что-нибудь интересненькое. В смысле, Сибилла. Я что, сам себя встретил? Драться, надеюсь, не надо будет. Конечно, на всякий случай, что вдруг сейчас надо будет драться.
Bathed in the half-light of these starless barrens, you spot a figure you could only describe as a second self. It looks haggard and weak, its very voice but a feeble echo.
Sabil, come closer, so that you may see me. As I truly, you will see, when you look me in the eye.
The apparition clasps your face in its shaking hands. You suddenly feel your eyes tingle. Everything becomes brighter, sharper.
Blind eyes, speak the spell and see.
Да, ну ладно. And the sea.
Dawns the strange mirror image of yourself.
You know me, don't you? I saved you from... Your god-woken soul is my last refuge. My last...
Tirsendelis nourishes himself from the source that abounds in your presence. You feast.
Ah, yes. Just what I needed. I tell you, dying just doesn't become a god. The void itself is hunting down the gods, leeching us. We're battling for our very survival. It's a battle we're losing, and should we truly lose, all will be cast into oblivion. Don't you be impertinent, girl. The table's turning is not a victory. You must realize, Sabil, that our fates are now as one. Just as us together, we are a force to be reckoned with. But if we seek to survive the onslaught of the void, we stand no chance. That means there is but one place we can go. The Well of Ascension. It most certainly will be. The Well of Ascension is a lake. We gave them up freely to create the first divine. Each of us donated half of that which makes us gods. To bathe, that is where the road to divinity leads. And you must be the first to reach it, at all costs. I know. Or did you think I chose you? One must never enter into any endeavor, though, without the void is stronger than ever. A new divine won't be enough. You need to go to the Well of Ascension, not to... Only she who claims everything will be everything. The voids, I hope you understand them to their full extent. But of course that is what they are saying to their own God-woken as we speak. We both know they won't bow. Just like we both... Only one can become a god strong enough to safeguard our world. One. At the expense of all... So make no mistake, Sabil. Chances are the road to divinity will be paved with dead. But don't let that dismay you. For these sins will be washed clean by the knowledge you committed them to save all of existence. To save your kin, and your loved ones, and the world they live in. I promise that yours alone will be our journey will be fraught with peril. It is a pilgrimage of challenges that will require you to command Source.
Hoarse laughter rolls and echoes.
You are quite formidable, Sabine. But you underestimate just... We are I now. The spells you need to know I will teach you when you are ready. But first, you must learn to channel the Source. So return to Rivellon and seek out these sages where they... Once you have, you may return to me here. Something that will... Source, you have the vision of... Speak the spell during your... And so, best of luck.
Угу. Ну, пошли разговаривать с духами.
The Meister stares intently at you. Her eyes are tired and bruised.
Still alive? Gods above, there might be something...
She leans in, her bloody tongue flickering.
Tell me, what did you see? What you know?
Бесплатного с ней не расстанетесь.
The Meister's eyes flash with fury, but she holds her...
You are not a pile of ash, so the ritual was a success, albeit partially. You had all the material requirements, so I can only assume your source... That is... unfortunate. I know exactly what must be done. You must find a master of source. And I could have helped you once, but no longer. The purging which the Magisters included as part of their service was quite... not enough to silence me, but enough that I would not turn there. Enough to sever my link to the font from which all... So we must seek alternatives. Sorcerers that allowed their power to corrupt them. Many are wicked, cruel, vile, and generally not good teacher material, but your poor taste in drinking partners does not interest me. These are no average cutthroats. They are the kind of creatures that grew bored of pulling the legs off spiders and so moved on to people. However, it is the path we walk, no matter what the cost.
The Meister doubles over in a violent coughing fit, struggling for breath. After a few moments, she regains her composure.
No matter what is asked of you, you must learn from them. And you do not seem to be paying attention. Sorcerers, evil, controlling your source, saving Rivellon, please. Your focus, your only focus. The Magisters have kept ledgers, but do be careful not to get... And if their barracks turns...
As she speaks...
I wish there was more I could do, but in this condition, I would be more a hindrance than a boon. Godspeed, and remember...
Oh.
The spirit of an elegant elven woman materialized.
You can... I am the Meister. No air fills my love.
The spirit...
It is hard.
Кого-то уже пытались обучить. Так. Ну что, все, надо уйти. Ой, он зверек что хочет сказать.
The squirrel seems to be flicking through various scraps of paper, humming and hawing as he goes. After some time, he throws the scraps to the wind and...
Разговор с животными, что ли, поставить, чтобы посмотреть, что он там бормочет. Мелкий грызунишка. Так. Блин, почему же ты не крутишься, да? А вот почему. Да, тут же перевес, надо пойти хлам весь сдать кому-нибудь. Вообще, мне кажется, надо бы магистров перебить всех.
Rubbish. For the junk you sell, then.
Rubbish.
For nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Buying or selling?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over.
Во, вот это надо пушечный выстрел. Классный. Нет, не пушечный выстрел. Да, пушечный выстрел классный еще. На каждый метр дистанции. Вещь вообще. Неплохой так. Блин, обмен. Стоит 2000. Ну это ж такая имба.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat
Ладно,
of
сначала
vinegar.
надо.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
I don't come visit your cousin. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Your fish stinks of the gold. What kind of rat sells such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking to him till you let
Клубящаяся грязь какая-то. Может быть, гранату с ней сделать? Девять. Блин, как дорого с ним.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Так, а можно украсть его? Да мне что-то помешает.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Это что ли мешает? Ну, побрать его потом. Ну, что себе тут? Здесь-то ничего нет спиритического.
Are you sure? Them sorcerers from the caravan?
They'd be daft to come back.
Смотрим, что с караваном случилось.
Doubled over in agony, the shivering Magister spirit mumbles to himself, tightly noting the attention. He straightens, revealing insignia spelling Kinnet, and a jagged wound spilling his innards upon the ground. He reaches a ghostly hand into your chest and squeezes your heart. You become Kinnet, his memories flooding over you and warmth, comfort. You are Kinnet, playing cards with your mates in a cozy barracks. You stagger to tipsy attention as a white-clad Magister commands that one of your troop seek a lost. It's a one-man job, a job no man wants. Your sly-eyed troop leader holds out straws to you. You feel the short straw and hear them shout, "Kinnet!" You know what that means. A lonely traipse in the cold dark. You dawdle and grumble. Massacre. Your lantern reveals ravaged corpses in every direction. Inhaling sharply, you smell a thick black stench you remember secondhand from the few void-woken corpses your troops have found. No! Kinnet's tears fall from your eyes as you recognize his beloved weapon master. A dark thicket rustles to your left. A claw rakes savage stripes across your guts. As Kinnet dies, all goes black. Staggering back from Kinnet's deathly grasp, only your own blood now pumps through your heart. With your living eyes, you see him trembling in front of you, desperately holding out 3 straws. As your hands pass through the straws, they disappear. Kinnet weeps with relief as his wound disappears in turn. He looks around, then looks at you, and then he smiles.
Strike me! Step back at once!
The spirits of a Magister and a dwarf are locked in ethereal combat. Their vicious blows make no impact, yet they struggle on. Mid-snarl, the dwarf...
Sorcerer! You must hate the Reds as much as I do, eh? Rightly so. Reds had sorcerers locked up tight in that caravan. And you know where they were sending them?
The Magister lunges for the dwarf, his exasperation.
Anna, you saw it with your own eyes. You know Sorcerer's Law, Voidwoken, and you know we'd all still be alive if you hadn't attacked our caravan. Before it all, Voidwoken stole the sorcerers along the cliffs, headed for Seven knows where.
Not to flip your flops or nothing, but 'tis more that my boss Lohar is against Magisters.
The Magister snorts in
Lohar, I should have known. Sorcerer, if you want to stay alive around these parts, you'll stay far, far away from that walking vermin. Though, on the other hand, maybe you...
The dwarf eyes you steadily and silently, his mouth a straight line. The Magister shrugs.
Well, if I knew that, we'd have taken him out long ago. All I can say is, he's somewhere in Driftwood, and every...
History will remember you Reds with more venom than even the Black Ring.
History? History is written by victors. Do not doubt our divine order will prevail. I'll show you. Lohar's boys are no match for Magisters. Take that.
Так, можно магистрам сообщить, можно гномам сообщить. Не знаю, как лучше. Что-то не обыскивал. Ну давай быстрее. Так, все. Я обыскивал.
As long as you stay put.
The Magister smiled.
Thank the Seven I've oldest to guide me in these times. Yeah, it's true. It's just our numbers dwindle. I know they did farewell.
Speak. Driftwood is the void, though.
The silent monk's stitched lips of the expected.
Next.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it.
А, вот тут, возможно, кстати, драка будет.
On the double. You too, Julian. Show him how it's done, man.
Можно подраться здесь с магистром Реймондом, кстати.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double.
Могут помогать. А, ну так я могу здесь перекрыть просто проход. И все. Можно попробовать.
Enough strife trying to earn a bit of coin without having the likes of you eyeballing me as well.
Нифига себе, 3000 денег.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo.
Boring.
Так, ну что, драться с ним? Наверное, надо драться. Надо убить его. Магистра этого сграничная перед этим.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo.
Персонаж.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show him how it's done, man.
Все, не достать.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it.
А у нас прострел отлично, кстати, здесь. Ну попробуйте убить его. Я даже не знаю, разговаривать с ним вообще или нет. Перед убийством. А, нет, надо же этого. Основной принцип туда закинуть. Че, она не может? А, палит. Так, ну что ж, попробую. Тут сначала вызову вот этого.
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show him how it's done, man. Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. Go on, you mute sacks of flesh. Put your backs into it. I'll not lose another day to the tide. The Lord Dread awaits.
The Magister stops, barking orders.
Блин, у него это заканчивается.
You do not get to make that decision. Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being broken with cast iron rods. Ah, you've met with what licks his lips. See, I'd like to string you up too. Rack you with rods and leave you dangling over a puddle of your... My favourite. I'm very good at what I do, see? There was a whiff of something in the air when you approached. At best convinced me I was mistaken.
Да блин! Какой успех-то?
He leans in closer and sniffs the air.
Interesting. So I was mistaken. Must very well. In that case, we'll forego the gallows and turn straight to the hunt. Seems peaceful here, doesn't it? But they do. I'm quite capable. Consider for a moment the dwarf I've need of a rat catcher. Did I give... I must depart post-haste.
Stay behind? But I've my order.
Like ice. And with that, I must be off. No hard feelings about...
For a few moments, his hand...
Hard feelings. The illusion of choice. Remember, the time has come.
А он что, не будет с нами драться? Ух ты, гад.
We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Куда? Куда? В смысле? Подожди, нет. Куда поплыл? Обалдеть. Как у меня убеждение сработало? Ничего не должно было сработать. Ой. Но так сделать, чтобы убеждение не сработало. Чтобы я с ним дрался. А, я понял. Я еще...
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. The barrels and the chests. On the double.
You're safe among friends. Never forget.
You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man.
Так, сохранюсь.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo. That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Go on, you mute. The Lord
The Magister stops, barking orders.
I'm going. Tell me. Have you ever been strung up by the ant? Ah. I'm there. He lives very sick, but they do. Consider for a moment, like ice. And with that, I must be off. No hard feed.
For a few moments.
I'll rim. The time has come, my stitched lit lovelies. We set sail. Get
on board. А ты-то чего лезешь? Пенделоу, я не понял. А, он лезет. А что, магистр на меня не напал, да? Понял. Да как же выбрать-то какую-то ветку диалога, чтобы он... Напал на меня.
Don't let up now. Keep hauling that cargo.
Может, он боится демона моего?
That's it. The barrels and the chests. On the double. You too, Julian. Show 'em how it's done, man. Go on, you mute. The Lord...
The Magister stops, barking orders.
You tell me. Ah.
He licks.
See? Oh, no. There was a... Best convince me.
Да блин, у него везде успех. Да как так-то, а?
He leans in.
Interesting. Very well seen, but they do. I'm quite... Consider I'm in need of a rat catcher. I must... Stay behind. Like, and with that, I'm
for a few
hard. The time has come, my stitched lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Лизнул. Блин, я не знаю, как с ним разговаривать. Есть какой-то вариант? У меня-то был вариант, когда я играл на тактике еще. Он лез в драку. Сейчас почему-то он не лезет в драку. Чё?
Don't let up. Go on, you mute. The Lord...
The Magister stops, barking orders. He sniffs.
Oh, but yours is... Tell me, have you ever been strung up by the hands? Your body swinging like a bell's clapper as your bones are being... We do cruel...
He licks his lips.
See, I'd like to string you up too. rack you with rods.
His sliver of a smile could rival a...
I'm very good at what I do. There was a whiff of some best convince me I was mistaken.
Блин, опять эта проверка на...
He leans in close.
Interested very well. Seems that they do.
Негодяй.
I'm quite consider I've need of a... I must depart.
Stay behind, but...
Like ice. And with that, I must be off.
For a few moments.
Hard feet. The illusion of the time has come. My stitched lips up. Manual stations.
Блин, да. Вот этот. Сейчас вступает в бой, да? Ну блин, ну почему так получается? Почему он прошел проверку? Ребят, такой. Как-то я играл, я с ним дрался, у меня не прошло убеждение. Почему-то в этот раз не проходит. Не везет, не везет.
The Magister is rubbing the dirt off his robes. None the worse for wear, apparently.
I'd be whining and dining aboard the Lord Dread if it weren't for the likes of you. Your meddling in Magister affairs had better be worth it. Oh, now answer me. Did you mean by the Bishop's bones? You saw it? Out with it, woman! The pox on those bearded devils. Raymond, that old goat. Too many things have got... Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself is behind these acts of sabotage. That is what I want you to prove. There's a local thug, Lohar. He runs an operation out of his hideout beneath the Black Bull Tavern. It may be interesting. It's wild. Should you find any such place, and better yet, proof that they've... You know what Queen just did in that case. Go forth, and in short, should any skunks grab it.
Ну, Лохара я все равно буду убивать. Так. Упс. Жесть. Я понял, я это сделал. Колданул исток, он сразу на меня сагрился. А этот тоже нет? Нет, не сагрился. А, вот что надо было сделать. Надо было... надо было спиритизм ему сделать в конце. Хотя ладно, пофиг, мне же понравилось. Вот туда не надо. Я понял, как агрить магистров очень быстро, все, я понял. Колдуешь спиритизм, и магистры сами на тебя прыгают.
Don't let up now.
Keep hauling that cargo. Go on, you. The Lord. You tell. Oh, he leaves the seconds. And one should. The time has come, my stitch-lit lovelies. We set sail. Get on board and man your stations.
Left behind like a dog. Blah. 7 curses upon that ship.
The Magister is...
I'd be whining it. Yes, I am. Now answer me. By the bishop's bones, you saw the pox of Raymond. Too many things. Rumour has it the Dwarvian Queen herself. There's a local... There may be... It's why... Should you find any such place, and they've always been snakes in the grass. You know what Queen in that case. Go for... In short, should any chance grab it to you.
Glad to see you well.
Блин, никаких денег не хватит на это все. Ну ладно. Обмен. Это получше.
Until later, then.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck
They
to you.
don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree. I'm all right. You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
The kind that don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as we don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Так, с этого надо выучить. Магистром, наверное, надо сходить.
Not in any mood to talk about.
Blessings of the divine upon you, my lady. My husband and I were just sitting down for a picnic under the sun. We haven't much to offer, but would you care to join us?
Присоединиться.
Wonderful. Come, sit. There you go, all cozy. So tell me, are you heading to Arcs like we are? Nicholas and I wouldn't. That's so... So come, let us...
You eat, drink, and have a good time of it with...
Greetings! May the seven circle you and keep you safe. Oh, it's a one... And with good... Why, only a few days ago, I was writhing in pain, having eaten from that rotten fish they dare sell on the market. But then a fellow pilgrim passed by, laid his hand... Alas, I fills my heart... May the seven...
A so-called holy man who can heal with magic. I wonder if he might be one of the sorcerers.
My inkwell is dry. Fetch me some more.
Этих тоже потом надо будет перебить всех. Так, нельзя, да, ничего трогать.
Surrounded by...
The Magister startles, realizing there's a stranger in his midst.
Please. Could you help? What do you want, elf? You can't just come in here as you please. There's Magisters missing. I'm trying to conduct a bloody investigation. I didn't ask for your opinion, savage. I asked why you're here. Now answer me.
Carver's face pulls into a sneer.
Oh, how about gold? Do you care about that? There's a reward for putting an end to this mess. Maybe you can succeed where Barwill and her comrades are failing. Good. Keep me informed if you find anything. Otherwise, keep out of my sight. Well, do you know anything? Stop wasting my time then. Elson, my inkwell is dry.
Sir.
Fetch me some more.
Right away.
Расследование окончено. Кто-то убивает магистра.
Right away. I'm watching you, stranger. That's Magister business. Keep your nose out of it.
Bellwether, I need those reports, damn it.
Head nodding drowsily, the Magister brings her voluminous sleeve up to her face. She sniffs loudly and suddenly jerks to attention, eyes red-rimmed with zeal, and something else.
Нифига себе, амброзия какая-то. Какой делать, интересно. Ого, да тут целый кладезь. Всего, что мне нужно.
They won't take me unawares. I'm ready for anything. Sly whoever's...
Waving you away, she cranes her neck to...
Oh, great, a citizen. What? Go tell Magister Raymond or Magister Julian immediately. They'll raise the alert. I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch again.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his dossier on the sorcerers. Everything's falling into place. All I need to do is watch.
I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch
Что-то они не встают.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his dossier on the sorcerers. Everything's falling into place. All I need to do is watch.
Ну ладно, закончится, потом зайду сюда. Не хотят вставать.
I'm on a break now, Yvette. You better not fall asleep on your watch.
Вставали.
Calm down, Brianna. Carver's got his
great,
dossier.
a citizen.
Да, они вставали, ходили. Но сейчас сидят, что на одном месте не встают. А, во-во-во-во, встала, пошла.
Again? Seriously?
Я ж помню, что вставали. Это иди сюда. Садись, посиди. Так, рубин возьму. Все похоже? Или нет? Вот что все. Ну, может быть. Меня воровали. Ну да. Ну уже поздняк. Иди сюда.
Elson, my inkwell is
Of course,
dry.
sir.
Fetch me some more.
Right away.
Так.
Bellwether, I need those
Of course,
reports,
sir.
damn it.
Right away.
Раз и уже не краденая. Раз и уже не краденая. Так, его пока нету, но
Right away.
потом появится, я думаю. Надо, блин, отдельную сумку заводить для краденных товаров. Похоже. А тут, по-моему, драться надо с ним. Хотя можно убедить его. Да, его можно убедить, уйти, и тогда можно все обыскать. Можно и драться. Без разницы, короче.
The Magister turns to you with a scowl. He already seemed immensely displeased, and your interjection isn't improving his mood.
What?
The Magister glances at you like you're something he...
Keep out of it! I'll halve you with my sword if you don't mind your own business. That's what I want to know. The new leadership ought to learn to respect its veterans. We're the ones who uphold the...
A sly smile creeps...
Aye, and sooner than you might think, if the rumors are true. Let's just say... Who asked you? You're not even supposed to be down here.
The Magister glances around the cells.
This isn't the divine order I...
Стой! А это? А опыт? Куда пошел? Куда пошел? Черт рыжий. Стой, падла! Нет! Черт, надо было. А, я тут сохранился. Так, загружаемся. Нет, спасибо. Не буду я его ни в чем убеждать. Он просто уходит. Не, а где опыт за это? Опыт должны ждать за убеждение. Но обычно так делается в играх. Убедил кого-то, дали опыт. А здесь вообще нифига. Опыта никакого не дали даже. Ну, это же плохо. Плохо. Так, с ним как-то даже можно, по-моему, начать сразу. Сразу драться можем даже. Всех убьем сейчас.
The Magister turns...
What?
The Magister glances...
Keep out of it! I'll halve you with my sword if you don't mind.
Блин, ну ладно, просто убить и все. Это что еще такое? Прикол. Там мой питомец. Иди сюда, сейчас еще кое-что покажу. Смотри, как я умею. Так, кто у нас хочет? Чё, нет бонуса по высоте? Я думал, будет. Вот 7 магическая броня. Мысли мимо. Гад. Стрелу потратил, зря. Нормально, да, согласен. Шок и оглушение, да. Нормально. Так. А, оглушение не прошло. Ну ладно. Сейчас. В шоке, в шоке. А, я могу и в это стрелять, кстати. пошел. Ого, там всех сразу, что ли? Понял. Ну, подожди. С этим делом. $123. 123 урона. Это да. Так, что ж.
None.
Это очень круто. Да достал ты уже, короче, своими молниями. Блин, ну не это. Бутылка исчезла, да? Пофиг. Восемь. А, у него все, магический панцирь. Что, снял все эффекты, что ли, с себя? Так, броня. Так, ну что ж, ладно. Да, исчезло. Нет, стоп, что здесь было? А, я понял, интеллект, все. А, и память, то есть потерялась, все потерялось, короче, с этим. Я понял. Значит, и памяти ушло. Был рикошет здесь, и вот это что. Да, это жалко, конечно. Так, чтобы сильно, ну. Ну, я мог бы, конечно, его спасти. А, ну. Блин, зачем я? В очередь смотрю вообще. О, уровень дали. Да, можно было, конечно, без смерти ГГ обойтись. Блин. Ну ладно, что теперь. Так. Здесь стоял у меня. Отшед стоял. Да. И вот эта штучка стояла. А, уровень дали, в принципе, хватает. Ну как хватает? Так, чтобы очень. Убеждение. А, сапоги, да, можно видеть. Ладно, пока так сделал, потом уберу интеллект этот. Зайдет 30, зайдет. Ну вот здесь нормально, кстати. Память не нужна. 42 навыка еще. Можно один еще навык можно поставить. Так. О, везучий 7. Кайф. Да. С памятью что здесь? Ну тут памяти не хватает постоянно. Постоянно не хватает памяти. Покров хамелеона еще хотел добавить. Да, надо память еще одну ячейку. Потом сделаем. Так, призвание что ли по максимуму, я думаю, раскачать. Да, наверное, призывание сначала максимально вкачаю. Так, что с памятью? Но здесь надо будет. Память нужна будет. Все. Так. Можно лутаться. Ну-ка, что там с амброзией будет? Блин. Косяк. Это косяк, конечно. Надо было взломать сначала, лутать. Блин, я надеюсь, что он там сейчас не прокнет. А, не прокнет.
Rubbish. This again.
Ничего себе апартаменты, вот это тюрьма. Нормальная такая тюрьма.
Boring.
Интеллект, призыв слизня.
Nice.
А, вот они, колдуны столько. Так, кто у нас? Мордус гном. Райкер эльф. Ханна ящер. Альмира. Сахила. берем. Личка. Да, легендарный нашел. 4 осталось. Так, стоп. Пойдет. Камера такая странноватая, конечно. Как будто следователя какого-то посадили, не знаю, это его камера. Это его апартаменты. Его. Магистра Колвина. О. Привидение. Так, 4 тела осталось, 4 трупчика. Маловато будет, но сойдет, ладно.
The spirit of an emaciated prisoner is staring down at his own corpse. He shakes his head.
Of all the stupid ways to go. Best leave that secret for someone who needs it. You can stroll out of here whenever you like. Oh, it was a stupid bloody... I must have taken too much of the stuff, though. Wound up fully dead instead of half dead. Those bastards haven't even moved me body.
Все, что ли? Все, что ты можешь сказать? А, ну у него там отмычки типа были. И так его. Можно... О, в смысле, грибы? Да блин. То все дремлют, подумаешь, перебил там половину. Магистров, а что такого? А, ну можно выполнить сейчас, прямо сейчас задание.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
To march against the ancient empire!
Так, с этой точно связано. Хаджун.
Magisters dropping left and right.
Where is it? Where is it? Madam, please, have you seen a small burlap pouch lying about? Blast!
She rubs her hand.
There isn't any chance you could spare a moment to help me look, could you?
Tears star her.
I know. What a crybaby. The pouch. I really must find it back, or my master will... Magister Raymond?
She tilts her head back and blinks back.
I'd never do such a thing. Never. Honest work. What I wouldn't give. But I'm an indentured servant to Magister Raymond. I'm legally bound to work for him and him.
She reaches out as though to shake your hand, but stumbles, falling a little into your arms. She laughs, and as she pushes off of you, she reaches lightly into your pouch. She stands up, straightens herself, and skillfully tucks some of your gold coins into her waistband.
Lucian's legs. No one's ever felt me lift him off him. You're good. Hey now, don't sting me where it's tender. I'm liable to keep that gold of yours if you're mean to me.
Конечно.
You really want to know? The Magisters took the love of my life down to Fort Joy. Did you hear I'll die before I'll let him do that to Butter.
Пенка?
So I need money.
А мы видели
For a
пенку,
boat, for a
кстати.
crew, enough to bribe someone into letting her go. I'll find a way.
She freezes, then starts to visibly tremble.
You met her? Really? How was she? Was she healthy? What'd she say? What'd you say? That's my lass. Always knows how to stay on top of a situation. You seem like a good sort. And this is the first news I've heard of my gal, and take these, eh? They're yours. And your gold back, too. Plenty of other marks in the sea.
Ждала, по-моему. Рукавички. Модные перчатки. +2 воровство. Вау. Ну, такого я не делал. Я раньше ей деньги давал. Но вот сейчас вот вообще классно получилось. Такой исход офигенный. +2 воровство. А, ловкость 12 надо. Ну, я думаю, оно того стоит. Два ловкости надо ему вкинуть. Пойду сейчас. А, нет, надо было... Ну ладно. Сан вернулся. Принес траву.
Sibyl, good to see. Of course. Told you I would, didn't I?
Whatever type of companion you need, I can provide.
Sure thing. I'll start hunting that down.
Давай, тоже постарайся. Ну, так-то лучше. 475. А было 509. 35. Ну да. Незначительно, конечно.
This again.
Так, ух ты.
Rubbish. Come on, damn you. Think.
Boring.
Come on, damn you. Think. Who would do this?
Ну, а в это можно налить? Нельзя, жаль. Я вообще в кастрюлю бы налил. Ну, было бы прикольно. Или ведро. Ведро вина бывает.
All this damn work and nothing to show for it. Might as well have rotted in the death fog.
Так, тут у нас несколько квестов, да?
For Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers.
Keep your eyes peeled, will you? Ramos the Wanderer promised he'd be here.
I got a right to live, don't I? Throw him in a hole.
A prim woman in a starched apron wipes a glass with a clean rag. She pins you with blue, steel-sharp eyes as you approach the bar.
Так, надо попробовать одну порцию мясной похлеб.
Blessings upon our Lucian, 7 times divine.
The soft lines of her face fold into a warm...
I see your mother raised you very well indeed. Rare for an elf, but all the more impressive. You and me, you've still some way to go yet then. What can I get you in the meantime? You want to enjoy a little rest when you can. Don't you worry, the Magister will keep you safe.
Так, пробуем варево.
The elf beckons you into the back room, a hungry, playful look in her eyes. She comes in close, her breath warm on your... and thrusts a kitchen knife right into your heart.
Да, надо отступить.
The spirit of a Magister stares dumbly at her translucent...
My ring. Where's my...
The spirit pivots her wrist, staring at the fingerless hand.
I should have been more careful. She hacked at my sword hand first. I couldn't defend myself.
The spirit stares, absorbing your question, finally towards the kitchen. The spirit's lips part, but it doesn't come. She forlornly stares at you, unable to find. The spirit looks at you with the smallest flicker of real...
I was still alive when she started cutting pieces off me.
The spirit ponders...
Oh, in many...
The spirit inclines...
Так, теперь нужно что-то прибить. Плашечку.
You've got enough in front of you, elf.
What's this? I found something.
This ring, it bears the Magister's seal.
А чё если так сделать? Так я еще ни разу не делал, чтобы она выжила. Кухарка, в смысле.
We wait, we wander and wonder, seeking signs from the gods. May the seven usher us to paradise against all the odds.
А, Райкер, да, Райкер, что я вспомнил.
Yeah, you're good with the Magisters caging anyone up that looks at them funny. Sparkle, twinkle,
Так. Так я не делал еще ни разу. То есть она мне жива, осталась кухарка. Пойду к магистрам. Попробую сдать ее. Что будет? Интересно. Что-нибудь с ней сделать? Арестуют или что? Или она так и будет там продолжать кухарить? Ну, а обычно она на меня нападала, я ее просто убивал. А в этот раз немножко по-другому.
The Magister's jaw is tightly clenched as he stares out of the window.
What? Well, do you know anything?
The Magister's stern face slackens.
The stew? You're saying...
He shudders and abruptly turns to his subordinate.
Bellwether, get over to the Black Bull Tavern and question their cook. See, and you, if I find this is some sort of trick, there'll be consequences.
Так, еще кольцо же у нас есть.
I've sent Magister Barwin to look into your tale, stranger. She hasn't reported back yet, but if she finds...
Так, надо это быстрее бежать. Она же ее убьет сейчас. Блин.
The cook piles a bundle of what appears to be red clothing into
убила.
the hearth. It ignites.
Черт, она убила ее. Может, сейчас у нее гранату украсть? Она еще помрет. Исчезнет.
She turns and eyes you.
It seems like someone's been telling tales about me. Foolish. Very foolish. I did what was right. I rid the world of a few Magisters and there's nothing left for me now.
Давай. Последний бой. Он главный самый. Стикс. Один ход еще остался. А, я забыл крови. Да ты чё? Противный идет. А, вот такой. Может, было бы даже курицу превратить. Так, уже все не нужно. Нифига себе. Удар кинжалом. 195 урона. Обалдеть. Порча. Болезнь. Что ты скажешь? Не смог я спасти вот эту. Рецепт. Офигеть. Хорошая мраморность. Плохой откорм, больная печень. Жесткое мясо. Жесть. Тут лучше не кушать, вот что здесь не так. Это точно. Это надо припрятать, может пригодится. Пригодится еще.
See the cook for stew, friendo.
Hey, Rudy, another. Boring.
Glad you don't have to witness the sodden elf.
Junk.
О, мы что, например? Классно. Есть еще? Спец, да. Нормально, кстати. Так, надо выпить. Желательно краденого, конечно. О, оно почему-то уже не краденое. Уж было краденое. Был да всплыло, уже не краденое. Не прокнуло. Жаль. Мне кажется, эту девочку магистра можно было спасти. Мне кажется, можно было. Если... Даже бежать не надо было вот там оставить людей. Все.
I've sent Magister Barwin to look into your tale, stranger. You're certain it was her? I won't allow for any doubt. I won't let my reputation be tarnished by a task left unfinished. Divine be praised, then. A satisfactory conclusion. Most satisfactory. Here, your reward.
He hands you a pouch of gold before absent...
Всего там. Двуручные, нет, двуручные нам не надо. Ну, ты видишь, я лучник. Что ты мне даешь топоры? Ой, так. Доспех из змеиной кожи. Мастерство охоты. Ну, кстати, неплохо. Мастерство охоты.
Wait until headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
Три силы. Так, сейчас мы сделаем. Нормальную бутылочку. Оп, все. Вот от этого вообще надо избавиться. Эту штуку. Все, больше тут ничего краденого нету.
Wait until headquarters hears of my success, and perhaps I'll be promoted.
Все, что ли? Похоже.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it.
Так, вообще-то, конечно, всех магистров надо добивать.
Weep, my friends, for Alexander the Innocent, killed by sorcerers. Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen.
Пацаны эти все бегают. Ну-ка, что если с этим поговорить?
Bloody useless. Might as well have rotted in the death fog. What's even the point?
An elf in tattered red robes shifts through pages of handwritten notes spread across the table.
So many suspects. So many potential culprits. I need to narrow down...
A floorboard creaks beneath your foot.
What are you doing, elf? Trying to get a drop on me? Sneak up and slit my throat? Can't trust anyone, especially the likes of... Seven preserve me. My own Magister comrades are vanishing from right here in Driftwood. I was a Magister once. It was my whole life. But elves were banished from the ranks. I had hoped maybe if I could solve this case for them, no matter. Farewell, stranger.
Так, а здесь же еще одно задание есть. Квестик.
May the seven usher us to paradise against
Pretty
all...
good, ain't he? Bet he'd even write a poem for you.
You have interrupted my newest masterpiece!
The bard clears his throat and gargles on his own saliva.
Well, never you mind. Wait! You might be just the stimulus I needed. I shall craft a rhyme for you and your race. All I ask in return is a hand. Fame, notoriety, neither, or both. The thing about a good poem is that it wiggles into the ear. Ah, well, when you put it like that, I couldn't possibly. But if I am to write a first-rate work...
He stares at you for a few taut...
My first question. Are you hungry? Actually, that's not quite what I mean. But you eat flesh. When you look...
He smiles a crooked smile.
An elf craves those memories like an addict craves Drudanay. I suspect you collect memories not for knowledge.
The bard hems.
To all lovers, elf collects the wisdom of the ages. Learn from flesh and bone, both left behind.
Стихи про эльфов.
Another sorcerer on the loose. I knew they should cut off the Meister's head and burn their...
Alas, they lose themselves to ancient worlds.
That divine voice, that glorious visage.
Так, с Ловриком что-то связано вот с этим. А, нет.
He fixes you with a stare, looks you up and down, weighs you up, the cut of your cloth, the weight of your bag. A moment passes.
Вот у кого можно покупать ремесло. Или воровать. Но воровать только один раз.
Then a smile creases his face. A smile carefully constructed to look friendly and authentic. A smile that doesn't reach his eyes.
Greetings, stranger. Looking to ease the pain of a decaying world? You're in the right place. Beers are ordered at the bar, but can I interest you in a nourishing bowl of stew? Ah, there may be some delay on the stew.
He looks at you, incredulous. Then...
Good joke. You got me. You're wrong. The stew is just... Let's leave it at that, friend.
Давайте на одном становимся. Так, стоп. Надо что сделать? Надо сделать...
They lose themselves to ancient worlds.
See the cook for stew, friend.
Present gone from sight. Threatened by the void, they rise together.
Править надо ее.
Chasing off the darkness with the light.
Видишь, отправленная рыба.
An elf collects the wisdom of the ages. Learn from flesh and bone, both left behind. Fill up on tales lived by cultures past.
Rudy.
A feast not for the belly, but for the mind. Alas, they lose themselves to ancient worlds. Lost in memory, present gone from sight. Threatened by the void.
Все, порченую похлебку получили.
Chasing off the darkness with the light.
Кстати, что там с аэротургией? А, я могу. Да, вот почему 7, потому что... Да, надо это тоже переодеть.
She nods an uninterested greeting.
Here for the fight? This is a tavern. People are drinking. Eventually there'll be a fight. You planning on starting one? Well, hello.
Chasing off the darkness with the light.
Ah, finally. Your colleague over there is absolutely useless.
Помню.
I'll have a bowl of the house stew, if you please. Oh. After all I've been...
He lowers his gaze, then looks up at you. His lip trembles.
It's my mentor. No. Now here I sit. And the waiter won't even bring me any stew. Ah, then tell me, how are you with, well... Ah, my mentor. He made short work of Liam. May the gods rest his soul.
I managed to escape. Of course. Now, I can't tell you how.
Все, вспомнил. Эту миску потом ему надо выдать. Потом. Так. Потом, когда мы обнаружим, что...
Hold it. Papa no, you no go.
Что он, так сказать, плохой человек. Блин, а это вообще еще лучше. Качественная кожа, вообще обалденно. Что надо? Легендарная, что надо еще. Два ловкость. Один дальний бой. Два ловкости, один дальний бой. Ну да, это лучше. Поножи нужны поножи, нужен нагрудник. Дающие щечки я бы сделал.
He grins and
Loha didn't tell me to let any scarred lady in, so why should I?
he grabs your hand eagerly and laughs as you execute the finicky ending maneuver with much panache.
You're the right sort for downstairs and no mistake. On you go, on in.
А как бы мне тебя обыскать бы? А, можно, да? О, прям пошел.
You want an engraved invitation every time?
Кстати, он может его взять нормально. Ведь сапожки тоже может взять. И все бабки, что ли, может взять? Еще что-нибудь? Ни хрена себе. Ну я не знаю. Сюда. Полностью обобрал. Так. До нитки. Так скажем. Вот это я понимаю воровство. Вот это кайф. Кайф. Фига себе, с таким воровством можно играть. Сколько у него воровства-то? 6, он прям вообще разрывает. А, он что, будет в краденом ходить?
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere. Thank the divine you're here to protect us.
Who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, of course.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Блин, плохо, что он будет краденым ходить. Чё?
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
How you holding up?
The kind that don't fancy starving.
Not in any mood to talk about it.
It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Плохо, конечно. Ничего не сделаешь с ними.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too
А, он
much.
украл все, и то, и то.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Это зачем?
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
How you holding up?
Всех
The kind
краденым.
that don't
Not in any
fancy
mood to talk
starving
about it.
along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Keep talking, dwarf, and you'll end up eating sawdust from a cell floor.
Glad to see you well. Until later then.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Интеллект, искусство, уместно, стойкость.
It's not called for the jungle cell, then.
Junk? Why, I offer nothing less than the wisdom of the ancients.
Vapid fiction, along with a large helping of ham.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Такс.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right,
А, надо
as long as I
интеллект
don't
убрать.
think
Я
about it too much.
ретургию поставить.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Плохо, что в краденом, конечно, будет ходить. Но ладно, чуть-чуть. Надо проверить, можно ли продавать краденые товары. И что делать с ними потом? В итоге. Так, выбираем интеллект. А, он что, ничего не потерял. Урон подрос, урон подрос. Блин, 2 краденых шмотки. Здесь 1 краденая шмотка. Чтобы деньги, конечно. Кажется, лучше покупать, а потом деньги назад выкрадывать. Чтобы продать.
Buying or selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
На тебе арбуз еще. Так, ну что, пробуем продать краденые вещи. Где? Краденые. Можно, нет? Да, нормально, все продается, вообще без проблем. Проблема не в том, что продается. Проблема в другом с ними связана.
Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Блин, замучишься с этими.
How you holding up?
Not in any mood to talk about it.
Стоп, я что-то продал такое, да? Нужное.
Your fish stinks of the void. What kind of rat would sell such filth?
Блин, я продал нужные
Kind that
сапоги.
don't fancy starving, along with the rest of this town. It's all well and good for you with your rations. We've got to take what we can get.
Кажется, что-то нужное продал.
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Ладно, пока закончу на этом. Так.
I don't come visit your ton. Who will?
Да, точно, интеллект надо вернуть эту единичку.
Tell me, have you heard any news?
Nothing good. The void woken are everywhere.
Keeping it together, Bree.
Thank the divine you're here to protect
I'm all
us.
right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're
yes,
safe among
yes, of
friends. Never forget it.
Так, сохранить сюда. Ну все, сохранение есть. Закончу пока.